video that showed you how to take apart the Sienna True Spray machine to do a nice deep cleanse, which is normally we would recommend probably about once a month depending on how often you use the actual machine. So I've washed all my bits in the bowl. I'm now going to show you how to put the gun and the machine back together again, because obviously that's important, that once you've taken it apart you want to know how to get it all back together again so you can then go out and earn some money. So we have the True Spray gun, which looks like this. So we've taken the front bit off and given it all a good clean, and we've removed the back bit as well, and the needle has come out of the little hole from there. So I'm going to start off by replacing the needle, because this is the all important bit, this bit that is the sharpest bit. So this is your needle. So you're going to get the back of your machine and you're going to pop that back into, I'll show you from the side, back into the hole so it feeds through. You can see it's gone back through into the little nut that's at the front, so it's poking out. Give it a little bit of a push in so it won't go in anymore, and that should leave your needle sort of poking out that much. Okay, so then you want to go into your bowl and take your spring, pop the spring back into there, so it looks like that, and then you want your little dial, which is your density dial, which is this one. So pop that onto there. It won't sort of go back in because obviously it's got the spring on there, so ideally you need to sort of support it and turn it till you start to get on the thread, and then it should hold itself then, and you can then obviously turn that. You want to turn it quite a bit because you don't want this open too much, because if you remember from your training, this determines how much tan comes out of the actual machine. So if we do it up as tight as it will go for the moment, so that's as tight as it will go. You know it's as tight as it will go because you can't pull the trigger back at all. So that's the needles now gone in there. This bit is where your hose would fit onto. I'm going to go to the front of the machine now. So you want to firstly get this little cover, fix that on, and you'll see how easy it is to fix on because it's almost got the outline of where it sits on the front of your machine. So it sits on like that. You can see how it sits in because it's kind of got a stencil of where it goes. Take the silver part of the front of your machine. You can almost do two at the same time with this one. So the silver and the black bit that you took apart, pop the silver bit inside the black bit, so it looks like that. You're then going to get the front of your machine and you're going to fix these on. And again, you want it so it's sat on the thread properly. Screw that in. And if you can remember from your training, this determines the direction of the tan, the pattern it comes out. So you always want to have this sat, if you think of it as a clock, at 6 o'clock. And that should be nice and tight then, and fixed. So your machine now looks like that. So you're then going to get the inner tube that you took out from the base of this and pop that inside. And you know it goes in correctly because once it's popped in, this tube should then sit nice and tight inside. So it looks like that. Okay? And then the bottom bit of your cup then goes inside. This all then fixes inside the unit. And that's the whole of your unit put together, and a nice deep clean. Once a month we'd recommend, and I'll show you in another video how to do a mini clean as well of your gun and your spray tan cubicle. So put it all back together again, and I would suggest that like anything, when you keep on practicing, you take it apart, it becomes easier. Once you've done it a few times, you'll pick it up nice and easy. With your density dial at the back, we've tightened this up so it was at the tightest it would go, so your trigger can't pull back. You probably on average, but again you need to test this on a piece of tissue, paper or kitchen roll to make sure it's spraying enough, but it's normally one whole turn and about a half if you think of how a clock sits, and then that could just pull your trigger back a little bit. So I hope you found this beneficial video. It's something, as I said at the beginning, that I get asked a lot about, is how to clean my gun and why my gun has stopped working. And I would say probably 90% of the people that do ask that question is because they haven't done a deep clean. So you've been watching Caroline King, Total Beauty Geek. Love my job with a passion. Check out my blog pages, check out my training page on www.steppingstonestrainacademy.co.uk. Had to get that in. I'm also on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll pop some captions up so you can have a look at that. So thanks for watching. Leave me your comments as always to let me know if it's been helpful, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks. Bye.